Do we need a, so let's begin this meeting. Do we need a motion to open this floor? So I mean, just begin. We don't need a motion for that. So, okay. Item A is the Zoom information on how to join this or any of our meetings via Zoom, which most of us are doing right now. So, item B, roll call. Stephanie?
I have everybody present outside of Alder Hutchinson who is excused from the meeting.
Okay, sounds good. Item C, approval of tonight's agenda. Do we have a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
Motion. Ron, I'd like to make a motion to modify the agenda.
Okay,
I'd move that we move item E1, election of officers, to the end of regular business so that we can take care of the COAs first.
okay. Do we have a motion to go along with that? We have a motion and we have a second. Okay, I'll approve. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
So moved. Okay. Where are we here? We're on approval of tonight's agenda. So do we have a motion to approve tonight's agenda with that change made?
Motion.
So second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, no one's opposed. That's good. The motion carries. Approval of last month's minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving them, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Item number E, we're going to start out with E2, Certificate of Appropriateness 24-29, consideration with possible action on design review for a rear canopy located at 117 North Adams Street. Jason.
117 North Adams Street, you probably recognize as the Angelina's Restaurant. It's in the downtown historic district as a contributing property. And if you haven't been there, it has a outdoor seating area in a courtyard-like setting behind this this front portion of the building. The COA calls for installing retractable awnings over that courtyard setting. I believe they'll be kind of built into the walls, you know, a foundation mounted to the walls, so I don't think there's vertical uprights with that. But none of that really matters. It's retractable canvas. And here's a few photos of that courtyard area. Here we're looking away from North Adams Street towards the parking garage. And on the next slide, we'll see looking back towards North Adams Street. And the big takeaway here is that none of this is visible from a public right-of-way. So I would recommend approval of the proposed courtyard canopy. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone want to make a motion or open the floor?
I'd make a motion to approve that.
Okay, we have a motion. Having a motion and a second, all those in favor say aye.
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 Is anyone opposed?
Aye.
Oh, that was another aye. Okay, good. Okay. Motion carries. Thank you. Item number E3, Certificate of Appropriateness 24-30, consideration with possible action on a design review for a rear stair replacement located at 735 South Jackson Street. Jason.
735 South Jackson Street is becoming familiar to members of the Landmarks Commission. This particular COA application calls for a new set of stairs on the back of the property. Here you see a photograph of the non-historic and not so safe looking stairs. I note that the paint on the stucco kind of tells the story that there used to be a larger deck, probably with a larger set of stairs here, or the lack of paint around that water table area. The COA proposes building a deck, small deck, and stairs, and using some railings similar to the railings on the front of the house. The end of that story, of course, is that none of this is visible from a public right-of-way, so I'm not going to get too wound up over what's done here. Staff recommends approval of the proposed back steps, railings, landings, noting that the existing material is not historic, and noting that this area of the house is hidden from public view. Thank you.
Does anyone need to discuss?
I'd make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, having a motion and a second, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, the motion carries. And item number E4, certificate of appropriateness 24-36. Consideration with possible possible action on a design review for window replacement located at 806 South Quincy Street. Jason.
This one will take about twice as long, but let's not get too wrapped up on that. Once upon a time, the second story windows were all replaced on this house not too long ago, last decade plus, with new Pella windows. The COA that we have before us proposes to now replace the first story windows with new Pella windows. The application includes all of these photographs of windows. The ones at the bottom right, like bottom right with a little bit of words in there, I believe those are the new second story windows for reference. Everything else is kind of what you see is what you get, because I don't really know what we're looking at, but it's these. And that's okay. Let's just move on. There's another photograph, I think, on the next slide. Again, these montages came to me as is, so montage of windows. The owner and applicant has received quotes from Pella. They're competing quotes, so to speak. One is vinyl and one is wood. And in either case, what I do is I recognize that we take a favorable view on replacement windows, and then I look at the Wisconsin Historical Society's requirements for windows. And there are two things that I always look at. This is kind of the behind the scenes thing here. The highlighted bit in yellow, the first one is that the appearance of the original window must be reproduced. And that means using a simulated divided light technology or an integral something technology. So the new window should have an exterior grid, a spacer in between the panes of glass, and an interior grid. And then second thing at the bottom here, the Wisconsin State Historical Society folks have pointed out that this visual light transmittance requirement of 72 or higher is primarily for storefront windows in a commercial setting. We haven't really stuck to this for residential applications, but I point it out because that's kind of what you pay me to do. So looking at the next slide, this is just a sample window from both of those competing quotes. The one at the top is for a vinyl window. So here I look and I see a visual light transmittance of 54, referencing that requirement of 72 or greater, so it's a little darker. Okay, so what catches my eye primarily is where it says grill GBG, that's glass between, I'm sorry, grid between glass or grill between glass. From the SHPO perspective, that's a no-no, and that warrants some discussion. The other quote here is for wooden replacement windows. Again, the visual light transmittance, I'm not too wound up about, but here it says, oh, a simulated divided light with spacer. That's a good thing. If we look at the next two slides, Pella has that GBG grill between the glass. You see that in the top left with my frowny face.
Yeah.
That's not the extent of my artistic capability, but it is, that's all you get today. Those are frowny faced by the Wisconsin Historical Society. Simulated divided light grills, which are available either on the wood or on vinyl windows. The one option there where there's a grill on the outside, a grill on the inside, and then a spacer bar in between, that gets the smiley face. Next slide, Pella also has this integral light technology grill. It's just like the simulated divided light one, except I'm going to guess it's somehow more better and more moneyer than the other one. I don't know a whole lot about it. But
explain that, but
pardon?
I said I can explain that if you like. I apologize for interrupting. I'm the Pella window guy working with Brian on Quincy Street there.
The floor is open, so we'll do that after our presentation.
Oh, you got it. Sorry, first meeting here.
That's fine, thank you.
So the recommendation is recommending at the end of the day here, approval of replacement windows as long as they match the existing muntin or grill pattern of whatever they're replacing. And so long as the SDL or ILT grills are used and not the GBG that's in the existing vinyl window quote. Thank you.
The applicant is here and they had provided something a little bit later this afternoon that they were interested in sharing to kind of give some choices. So he's here if you'd like to open the floor.
Do we have a motion to open the floor?
Before we do that, Ron?
Yep.
I guess a question for Jason. I didn't see in the photos that the windows we're talking about had any divided lights. They looked like they were just a standard 1/1 pattern.
So I think the clarification that came in late this afternoon will speak to that, but here, if you look at the top right, there's a diamond pane window, which I've learned today is going to remain in place.
That's, I was going to ask about that.
That one was my primary concern. And then just to the right of that, you see a 6 pane, which I believe matches the sample in my quote, the couple slides ahead of here where we show a 6 pane window. Beyond those two, I think they're all 1/1s or maybe solid pane. So yes, but no, but yes.
Okay.
Paul, does that satisfy your need?
Yeah, thank you.
Make a motion to open the floor.
Second.
Seeing we have a motion and a second to open the floor, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, anyone opposed? Okay, the floor is now open and somebody was representing Pella, I believe, or the owner, the homeowner.
Yeah, Ryan can speak to the question that
Okay,
that was raised. Go ahead, Ryan.
okay.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions on grills between the glass, like you said, you have the GBGs, that's grills between the glass. Then you have the simulated divided lights. So that is a wood interior grill, aluminum clad exterior grill, and that is optional with a foam spacer in between the glass or not in between the glass. The ILTs are within a different window line, our Reserve series, but we are specifically sticking within the Lifestyle series today, which is the SDLs with spacer or without spacer. I believe we've elected to go with this quote with spacer currently.
So the quote provided specifies GBG. I just want to throw that back out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is the vinyl quote. The vinyl quote, it sounds like that won't work if you will not accept GBGs.
Yeah, correct. So I can share the screen here and demonstrate if you'll allow me to share the screen.
It should be available for you.
All right, I will make an attempt to do that. All right, so I'm going to drag this over. So yeah, the window, let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah.
The window that we're speaking about that has the diamond panes, beveled glass here is an interior, swing interior door or window, I should say. There's going to be no attempt to remove this. Instead, taking off the old Storm, having Pella put in a casement that functions on the outside, this swing window remains. So here in this instance, we're not talking about grills or anything. This is going to be a window that aesthetically is going to look exactly from street view the way that it does today, with a new Pella exterior casement window, mock window on the front, energy efficient, and this window will stay in the everybody understand? Okay.
So
and then
that'll be a venting window?
Exactly. It'll just be
With
this window never opened. The Storm was always on. So it's going to be the exact same condition. I don't need it to open. It doesn't need a screen or anything. It's just I just want to make it airtight because previously I used to put the clay stuff in it and squeeze in the caulk to try to get the air to stop leaking. So I'm just asking Pella to give me an energy efficient casement window on the outside so that this window is energy efficient. So, and then the other window, go ahead.
Jumping back, wouldn't that be just a stationary window there?
You're correct. It's going to be a stationary.
Okay. It's not going to be a casement. It's going to be a stationary.
I don't know those terms.
Oh, casement window would open. It's kind of like the modern version of what you have now where the window swings in.
Okay.
Okay. If you have a casement window, it's you have a little crank and then the window swings out.
Oh God,
so
no.
It's going to be.
Yeah. None of my windows are considered casement, even though I referred to them as that. They're
Okay,
fixed.
so
They're
station,
fixed windows,
okay,
stationary windows. The other window that we talk about that has grills is above my back door.
mm-hmm,
That one also swings interior and has a storm window on the outside. I do not need to replace this window. I just want to take the outside storm off, put a fixed stationary on the outside that's energy efficient. You got me there.
Yeah.
Those are the only two active windows in the whole house. Everything else is fixed panel, stationary panel, or double hung.
okay.
There's no crank casement windows in the whole house. Everything is double hung or stationary. And like Jason had said, if you look at this picture here, this demonstrates all, look at up the top on all these windows up here. These are the Pellas. We just want the bottom to match the top. Take these storms off all the bottoms, make all of the double hungs to match the what's in your quote there for wood windows or vinyl, depending on which route I go. But those are the only two decorative grill panel windows. And I have to make my decision based on price, I guess, from that point.
So you don't actually have any replacement windows that have any version of a divided light?
Only if I went with, only on that back window, if I pulled out that decorative above the door.
Transom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there would be no reason to
Light.
replace the diamond, the beautiful diamond window in the front.
Yeah, no, it is beautiful.
Kick myself if it's got beveled glass and everything. I would never do that.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's what I have for you folks. 23 windows. That's a lot.
Yeah, I replaced windows.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about the money. But I will mention that 10 years ago I had the same quote and it was considerably less. I should have done it then.
Live and learn. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
This is David. Again, I'm on a cell phone. I got it. Before we close the floor, I want to ask Jason if the response from the applicant as well as the Pella rep satisfies your concerns, particularly in context of the SHPO requirements.
Yeah, I think so. I understand the diamond pane window will stay. I suppose the 6 pane window, if that's replaced, it should have the simulated divided light option on it, not the GBG option.
And Brian, is that the case? Or Pella, is that the case?
Correct. Within the lifestyle quote, we have the simulated divided light with foam spacer.
Thanks,
Okay.
Ryan.
Okay. And Jason, that's fine.
That's super.
Oh, yes, okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Oh, can I ask a question? With the second floor windows, are those vinyl or are those the ones that the pellets that
Yeah, the
were
reason
installed?
the 2004 are all wood windows with all of my exterior or all of my woodwork on the upper floor is stained and shellacked, and all of my woodwork on the bottom floor is painted white. So if you look at some of the photos, you'll see that like my daughter's rooms upstairs all have the stained interior, beautiful Pella windows. And so these are the same model, the same make, only these will be painted white and on the lower floor. Same windows, same hardware. You see the beautiful hardware. It's all the quote that Ryan gave me is this exact same style on the
Okay,
bottom.
so the exterior is going to be the same.
Correct. That's the purpose of going with Pella, is to have Pella, same style, same everything. If I was to go with vinyl, it's because it's $16,000 cheaper. But I really love that my house has history, and I really love what you guys do with preservation. So I am leaning towards wood, regardless if I have to sell my body. Or not put my kids through college. But anyway, moving on. Everything I've heard so far is I'm on board with.
Great.
Make a motion to close the.
Second,
Okay, having a motion and a second to close the floor. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
I,
No one's opposed, obviously. Okay, the floor is officially closed. David?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
I would second. This is Rebecca.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve. And you're saying a motion to approve based on exactly what it was said.
Correct.
Okay. And we have a second. All those in favor reply by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Did you want to do, whoever wanted to move the officers to the end, did you want to do that after the staff level COAs and that? Or did you want to do that as part of E1 now?
I really don't care.
Oh, okay. That was Paul, okay. Well, either way, let's just go on to informational staff level COAs.
There were some that I put in your packet and I just realized I did not update the PowerPoint to add photos like I usually do. So my apologies for that. I think that there were about 5 or 6 that have been approved since the last one. And since I drafted that last week, I approved 3 more. So it's really the busy season for COAs. So a lot of fences, you know, partial shingle replacements, stuff like that going on. So I will add all of them into August report for you.
Okay. Staff update.
I don't have anything.
Okay, then we'll come back to item number E1, election of officers.
So for the election, we'll start off with the chair, and then once the chair is elected, you can take over for the vice chair, finishing out that election. So we are looking for nominations for the chair.
Well, I'd like to nominate Ron to chair the Landmarks Commission.
I'll second that.
Second that.
Anyone want a discussion on this, or?
Nope,
Okay.
but it's
Well, we
good
have a
for
motion
me.
in a second. All
All
those in
good.
favor- I'm sorry.
All good
Having
with me.
Okay, having a motion in a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm going to abstain. Anyone opposed? Okay, well, thank you, folks. I do enjoy this. I enjoy working with you also.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you, Ron.
very much. You know, it really is important in this neighborhood. It really is.
Mhm.
In the historical properties in Green Bay. Do we have a motion on the VP? The vice chair, excuse me. But I'll make a motion to keep Paul on as the vice chair.
Oh, man, I'd second the bejesus out of that. Hell of a vice chair, yeah.
Anyone, okay, all those in favor for that, say aye.
Aye.
Paul, you're muted, but that's okay.
Oh, I bet that was on purpose.
Anyone opposed to Paul? Okay, motion carries. Thanks, Paul.
It's horribly tempting to vote no, but I did vote aye.
Okay, there you go. Well, thank you, folks, again, very much. The date of our next meeting is August 21st. And off the record, I just want to tell you that I was one of the staff level COAs, just replacing my gutters with like kind. So they're falling off in the corners and wrecking our foundation, so we got to fix them.
Oh,
Anyway.
no, that should go to full board approval, I think. Let's,
Yeah, no, it's like kind for like kind, so we're okay. Okay, well, thanks, folks, and all of you have a good evening.
Oh, no,
yeah, thanks, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
evening. See
And thank you all.
next
Thank
month.
you very much. Okay.
Please.
Motion to adjourn.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that's right. Second.
all those in favor, reply by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
all right.
Okay, no one's opposed, so the meeting is adjourned.